If you would like to use this footage, feel free to use it. All right, just give me a shout out. Let me let people know about the channel. And
We have Maecee Lathers. Somebody's here for that case. Martez. There's an attorney here.
Yes, Your Honor. She does have a private attorney. We request that the public defender's office is discharged.
Discharge the public defender's office. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Martez Gordon, Your Honor, on behalf of the defendant, Maecee Lathers.
Okay, good morning, sir. Have you had a chance? 1 second. All right, so the public defender's office is discharged. All right, ma'am, you were arrested for a case that's from August 10th of 2024. The charges are driving without a license, with a death or serious bodily injury. It looks like 2 counts of that. And driving without a license, actually 3 counts of driving without a license causing death or serious bodily injury, and leaving the scene of a crash causing a death, 2 counts, and another 3 counts leaving the scene of a crash, serious bodily injury. Those are, and driving without a license causing death or serious injury, and leaving the scene of a crash, serious injury. So those are the charges. Your attorney is here. Good morning, Mr. Gordon. Have you had
Good morning, Your Honor.
affidavit?
No, Your Honor, we were retained. Yesterday, we came down to speak with the client. Unfortunately, they have been processing her since 5 o'clock yesterday. We've been trying to get in the back so we can have a conversation with her all the way up until 9 o'clock this morning, until I had to rush here to get a part of this Zoom hearing, Your Honor. So I have not had an opportunity to do so. But I think I am aware of the charges based on the things that I've read in my communications with the family.
Ms. Seth, are you able to forward Mr. Gordon a copy of the arrest affidavit?
It's got to be from he has to email the clerk.
Or you're going to have to email the clerk at felonyfr@miamidade.gov. I'm reading it now and I'll summarize it for you.
Okay.
On August 10th at 6:49 hours, that's in the morning, I guess, the defendant was a single occupant and driver of a white 2018 Mercedes four-door sedan traveling south on North Miami Avenue and had a steady red traffic signal. A black 2020 Range Rover SUV was traveling west on North 8th Street, entering the intersection of North Miami Avenue with a steady green traffic signal. There was a single occupant in the vehicle. This was victim number 4, a 23-year-old male. A silver 2012 Suzuki four-door sedan, vehicle 3, was traveling east on North 8th Street, entering the intersection of Miami Avenue with a steady traffic signal. Vehicle 3 had 3 occupants. The driver, victim 1, front passenger, victim 2, and the rear left passenger, victim 3. Vehicle 1 was traveling south on North Miami Avenue with a steady red traffic. 1 second. Vehicle 1, while traveling southbound on North Miami Avenue in lane 2, the right lane, at a high rate of speed, entered the intersection of North 8th Street with a steady red traffic signal and caused an angled collision with vehicle 2. Just give me a second. So she's vehicle 1, just so we're clear that she is vehicle 1. So she entered the intersection at a high rate of speed and entered of North 8th Street with a steady red traffic signal, caused an angled collision with vehicle 2. Vehicle 1's front center collided with vehicle 2's right passenger side.
Basically, she ran a red light, went into an intersection where she hits.
There's surveillance of it. There's video surveillance of her walking north after the crash. There's video surveillance of her exiting the vehicle and walking northbound away from the crash, never rendering aid or calling 911 to assist those who were injured in the crash. Unknown bystanders grabbed defendant and took her back to the scene of the crash and held her until the police arrived. So basically, the cars were all landed in different locations. And when the police arrived, they saw that she was under the influence. I guess police were assisting her. They asked her questions. She advised she was under the influence of Tusi, a known party drug, and that she was from the future and had a crystal ball. And she was placed in a recovery position until fire rescue arrived because she was vomiting. And so victim 1 had to be extracted from the vehicle 3 and was transported to the hospital, right or trauma, and in critical condition, and was later pronounced deceased due to his injuries. Victim 2 was removed from vehicle 3 and transported to Jackson with facial and arm lacerations. Victim 3 was pronounced deceased on the scene by the fire rescue. Victim 4 was transported to JMH in stable condition. So there's 2 people that died and 2 that were injured. The vehicle was registered to her, but she doesn't have a Florida's driver's license. And a further search revealed that under her date of birth and name, she has a Florida driver's license, and it was suspended indefinitely January 16th of 2024. So that's what this case is about. Okay, so state, looks like there's probable cause for everything.
And it looks like, based upon the results of the toxicology, we're likely going to charge her with DUI manslaughter. It does appear that she was under the influence of controlled substances at the time of the incident, based upon her statements, her vomiting. I believe she would be a potential flight risk in that these are extraordinarily serious charges, and we may be filing charges that include minimum mandatories for the
Well,
manslaughter.
your office hasn't filed a motion for pre-trial detention as of today's date, and this case has been here for a couple of days, since August 10th, when she was arrested.
I
So,
agree. I agree.
so I think if we file DUI manslaughter, we can't file that until we get the results, right? We may be able to file that motion. But she got into this horrible accident and then she walked away, and it appeared that she was under the influence of drugs at the time she was driving the car without a license, killing 2 people. The state's requesting a $500,000 bond plus house arrest, as well as a no drive order.
Okay,
Your Honor, if I may,
please.
Your Honor, I think a $500,000 bond is unreasonable and is tantamount to no bond. Your Honor, if the state is requesting house arrest as a condition, then I think that there are other parameters that would be justifiable to lower that bond. If she's going to be placed on house arrest, perhaps the court can place her on an ankle monitor or something of that nature. But I think a $500,000 bond is unreasonable. She doesn't pose a danger to the community. She's a college graduate. She's been in the state of Florida, Your Honor, for almost 2 years. So I don't think that there's anything to suggest that she's a flight risk. And again, Your Honor, if they're asking for house arrest as a condition, then I don't see why the bond should be a $500,000.
So I think if the state's going to file a DUI manslaughter or vehicular homicide, then the standard suggested bonds on those are not even, they're second degree felonies, one of them. I think then you can ask for increased bond. I think an increased bond here is warranted. I think that's pretty high. I am going to add house arrest. Count 1 and 2, driving without a suspended license, causing death or serious bodily injury. Those are both, and actually the first 3 counts, they're all third-degree felonies. And I understand, I believe an elevated bond is warranted. I'll set the bonds in these three counts at $15,000 each. Count 4, leaving the scene of a crash causing a death. For counts 4 and 5, I think an elevated bond is warranted as well. I'll set the bond on this. One second. It's going to be $25,000 for count 4 and $25,000 for count 5. Those are both first-degree felonies. Actually, I'm sorry. First-degree felony, the suggested amount is $15,000. I'm just going to double it. It's going to be $30,000 for each one of those. $30,000 count 4 and $30,000 for count 5. Count 6, leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injury, is a second-degree felony. That's going to be $15,000. Count 7, driving without a license causing serious bodily injury, is $5,000. And count 8, leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injuries, that's a second-degree felony, and that bond will be $15,000. That's going to be plus house arrest with a GPS monitor. I'll do level 3 house arrest with waive costs and fees of house arrest. Curfew. I wasn't going to do a curfew. I'm just going to order no driving. No drive order. You are not allowed to drive a motor vehicle while this case is pending. Do you understand, ma'am? Okay. So the total bond, I'm not sure what it is. Was it $145,000 or $50,000? I have to add it up.
80,000, Your Honor.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see.
Looks like 140,000.
Let me see. I'll do it. So,
$140,000, Your Honor, is what I'm thinking. Is
yeah, it's $140,000 bonds. Because I believe an increased bond is warranted. She's an absolute danger to the community based on killing 2 people or driving when she shouldn't have been in a car. And she's clearly impaired based on her statements. And if it wasn't for the citizens or witnesses nearby who stopped her, she would have completely fled. So that's my ruling. Any other issues you can address with the division judge, who's Judge Pooler. Good day. Thank you, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bonds here for her? Okay.
Do me a favor, hit the like button. It's up on the internet, but I did do some little audio fixing here and there to level the sounds. If you are enjoying the video, hit the like button. If you're watching the replay, hit the like button, subscribe, and also too, you are free to use the footage. Yes, give me a shout out, man. Shout out to the channel. It did take me a little bit of time, not a lot, but you know, it took some time to fix the audio, so at least give me that.